Hello everyone, Alex Sokol Blosser here. Welcome to episode 5 of From Our Land to Your Hand. So the first 4 episodes we talked about soil, climate, ripening, clone, rootstocks. We were even in the vineyard last week. So guess what? Today we're in the barrel cellar. Can you hear the echo? Yes, you can. So we're going to talk about barrels today. So before we take too deep a dive into what we do, let me just give you a little bit of some background about barrels. So these are made of wood barrels. How long have we been making wood barrels? Well, the first time we've been reading about barrels was actually from famous Greek historian Herodotus. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. But anywho, he actually wrote about, one of the first historians in the Western world, in around 480 BC, he wrote about wine being transported from Armenia down to Babylon, for the parties, in barrels made of palm wood. Palm trees, sway, ocean, you get it. Okay, so then fast forward to like maybe 300 or 200 BC, when the Romans were up in Gaul, which is now France, and they started realizing that, man, these Gauls, these Celts were transporting their beer in barrels not made from palm wood, but from oak, up in there. And it was actually what they've learned from the coopers up in Gaul was that it was easier to bend oak into barrels than palm wood. Who'd have thunk? I would think that a palm tree it bends because hurricanes and they go like this. Oak trees don't really bend. I don't know. I'm not a cooper, but I am a winemaker. So fast forward to Napoleon's time, when Napoleon said, "Man, I need a navy, so I'm going to focus on growing trees in France." And he did an amazing job he didn't see it to fruition, but he did an amazing job of planting a lot of the trees that we in the wine industry now use to make barrels. And these trees are tight-grained, white oak trees that supply most of the wineries in the world with barrels. Okay, that's the history. Thank you, Napoleon, yet again. So, barrel. This is a full barrel. Let me just tell you that this barrel holds about 60 gallons, and it's a Burgundy barrel, and it holds 228 liters. Now, a Bordeaux barrel, which is not as fat as a Bordeaux barrel, as a Burgundy barrel, it only holds 225 liters. Difference, not exactly sure. Different parts of France, they're very territorial there. There you have it. So we buy Burgundy barrels that hold 228 liters or 60 gallons or 25 cases of wine. 25 9-liter cases of wine. Okay, so the widest part of the barrel right here is called the bilge. The bilge, yep. Where the bung is, this is a silicone bung, it's called the bung hole. Don't laugh, it's serious. It's the bung hole, right there. Okay, so the bilge, and then you have, this is a hoop, and it's the bilge hoop. Then you get to the quarter hoop, and then you get to the head hoop. Now, and the head hoop holds the head of the barrel in, which I'll move the camera real quick. But down below here, you'll notice that there's one more hoop. We have the bilge hoop, which is right here. And then we have another hoop this way. And then we have the quarter hoop and the head hoop. What is that hoop, Alex? Well, that's the French hoop. The French put an extra hoop on. So for most barrels going to the United States or États-Unis, they don't put in the French hoop, which goes right here. What does that say? The French don't think we're worth a French hoop? I won't get into it. Okay, so let's come around here, quickly move this fancy-dancy camera thing, and we will go to, voila. So, and this is the head of the barrel. Now, when you're looking at the head of the barrel, you'll see that this, every barrel has a different terminology on the end of it. So if you go to a cellar, what I'm going to show you that works for this cooper is not how other coopers stamp and signify their barrels. So this is a cooper we buy from called Bel Air. This is their name for the barrel. It's called Elegance. They could have called it Jumpin' Jehoshaphat. That doesn't matter, okay? So, oh, and look at that. They put our name on the barrel. Thank you, Bel Air. And this is how much they toast the barrel. Toast the barrel? You get toast with the barrel? Okay, so let's go to what happens before they put the heads of the barrel on. They actually have the barrel made without the heads on, and they put it over an open flame. And they burn the inside of the barrel. Now, for a wine barrel, we don't burn it too heavily. We just burn it a little bit, and we call that toasting. Now, if you ever go and see barrels made for whiskey, they burn the living bejesus out of the inside of the barrel. That's a heavy char. So the more you burn the wood, the more flavor and the more toast you're going to get into the wine or the whiskey that's in the barrel. So just like if you lightly toast your toast in the morning, will you get, how much of the caramelized sugar will you get? It's like light tan. It makes the bread hard enough, and it makes it toast. What if you blacken the bread? Ooh, there's a lot of flavor there. Same thing in a barrel. Yeah. Okay, you got that? All right. So, and this is a 2019 barrel. They always stamp the year on the barrel. That helps us, that reminds us the year we bought the barrel and how many times you put wine in the barrel. Now, we'll reuse a barrel 4 to 6 times, and then we'll sell it to someone else to either put beer in. A lot of breweries like to use old barrels, wine barrels. Our CFO, Rod Wyatt, likes to make Lazy Susans, cribbage boards, light fixtures, tables, chairs. Go to rodwyatt.com and buy something from him. He makes, just something like that. Okay, so, all right. So this stamp right here, see that 1 slash? Every time we fill a barrel, we'll put a slash on the barrel. Now, if you come over here, how many slashes are on this barrel? 3. That means we've used this barrel 1, 2, 3 times. Back to this barrel. This is a prettier barrel. Thank you, Bel Air. All right, so how do we use the barrels? We put Pinot Noir in these. We also put some Chardonnay in this, but the one right behind me is full of Pinot Noir from Orchard Block, one of my favorite blocks. So it got, on the side of the barrel, we just put a little sticker, and it says, we put it into the barrel on October 19th, 2019. So it'll be in that barrel until we take it out of it in February of 2021. So if you have enough fingers, which you probably don't, you only have 10, that's almost 16 months that our Pinot Noir will remain in barrel, and then we'll pull it out, and then we'll rinse the barrel, steam it to try to get any wine spoilage bacteria neutralized, and then we'll put a little solution of sulfur and citric in the barrel, and it'll sit there from when we take the Pinot Noir out in February to when we fill it again at harvest time. So, and usually that'll be sometime in October. Well, we pick most of the grapes in September. We don't barrel down until sometime in October. So that's just a quick thing about barrels here. As I mentioned, this is a Bel Air barrel. We buy from about 5 to 6 different coopers. So most of them are, all of them are French except one. We do buy from a local Oregon cooper who makes us some barrels from Oregon oak, which, like a lot of the French oak, the Oregon oak is a tight-grained white oak, which makes me think that if the wine industry started actually in Oregon, the French would be lusting for Oregon oak barrels. I'm just saying. Well, there you have it. Episode 5, In the Barrel Cellar, From Our Land to Your Hand series. And we'll be staying in the cellar. We'll do something else next week about winemaking. But this is barrels. Hope you learned something. And drink some more Oregon Pinot Noir. Thanks.